Yep, it's it right here, guys. Journey was told in from another mechanic, from what I'm understanding. Another mechanic, not really another shop, but another mechanic, because the check engine light on. Now, they neglect to tell me the code. Yes, it is on. The hood is up, guys, so that tells me somebody just left from under the hood. I hate when that happens because my suspicious grows and the uncertainty increases. Now, all right, 2.4 liter dual overhead cam. Uh-oh, guys, look at this. I see parts. That look like a cam sensor. What is, oh my goodness. Hold on, guys, let me check something. Oh, look at this, guys. All right, guys, this is a 2.4 liter. There's two cam sensors on this vehicle. One right here and one right there. Why has that cam sensor been compromised? Okay, I haven't scanned it yet, but I'm going to. This is a short video. Y'all stay tuned for the full video. Alrighty, guys, I'm now in the shop, so we're gonna find out exactly why this freaking check engine light on. Remember, guys, that was this engine. This is 2 liter, I think. Okay, this engine has 2 cam sensors on it. One for this is a dual overhead cam engine, so obviously the computer is very interested in the position of that intake camshaft as well as that exhaust side camshaft. So it has two cam sensor, one to monitor each. Okay, yeah. You remember on the 360 design, you got a cam sensor on each head monitoring the position of the exhaust camshaft as well as the intake. It's pretty different technology here. So I don't even know what code it is, guys. I just saw that wiring on that cam sensor. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go scan this thing, guys. Y'all ready, man? Let's get it. All right, guys, you see the boxes. These represent their respective module: PCM, ABS, tire pressure monitor. Yes, remember the tire is light on, and the BCM, but what we're concerned with is why the check engine light on. So let's look in PCM. Okay, we're gonna go on the DTCs, and what we will see is, yep, just in fact, there is a code for camshaft position sensor circuit bank 1 sensor 2. All right, P060365. So guys, the computer sees a problem with the cam sensor, and notice, see right here, guys, it says camshaft position sensor circuit. So it picked up a problem with the circuit. Now, can the cam sensor itself be problematic? Of course. All right, it definitely looks like the wiring is problematic. Let's go back over to the car. Ooh, right, guys, we're now into the car. So the thing about it, guys, let me get this out. Oh my goodness, I don't know why, who or why this was done. Now, y'all know how I am about ignition sensors as far as them being OEM. I do not play that at all. Okay, you will not get a aftermarket O2 sensor, cam sensor, or crank sensor installed from one Mr. JT. They almost have to be OEM. So, and because I don't know what kind of cam sensor this is, and I'm not really concerned at this point with me being the one that's going to be responsible for this repair, I'm going to simply recommend a new cam sensor, OEM cam sensor. Now look at these wires. I don't know if this wired right, guys. They got the pink wire that's coming out of the harness going. Now I don't know, this connector might not be for this car, so let's not jump the gun. This connector might not be for this circuit. It's just a random connector that they found. Okay, but again, I don't know if it's wired correctly. It could very well be wired incorrectly. All right, I don't know. I will have to pull up the wiring diagram. But again, this is exactly what I'm gonna recommend. So I'm letting y'all know. I need to, guys, we can't play with this stuff. Okay, this stuff got to be right. In this line of work at large facilities such as this one, you only get a first chance, or you only get one time at a first impression. All right, I have to get this right, even if it means gambling. Not so much gambling. Okay, I don't know. Think about it this way. I don't know the condition of this connector. I don't know if this was wired right. I don't even know if that's a good cam sensor. All right, so not knowing any of those three things means I should recommend a repair that's based on me knowing that now those three things are right. Okay, yes, it's going to cost a little extra money. I'm sorry. I mean, you should have thought about that when you went to I'm gonna say Uncle Mark, not Uncle Mark, that's my buddy. When you went to Uncle Pete's garage. Oh my goodness, I hope there's no Uncle Pete garage in here. I'm just using it as an example. Or your cousin Pookie, let's do that. I use that one all the time. When you took your car to cousin Pookie, you should have thought about this. Now, this begs the question, why would somebody have to replace the connector anyway, unless there was some type of damage? Here's the other cam sensor I mentioned. And remember, guys, don't beat yourself up too hard trying to memorize which bank is what or which cam sensor is which. I told you a trick on how to do that. All right, plug your scan tool up and unplug a cam sensor and see what code you get. Whatever code you get, that will let you know which cam sensor that is. All right, that goes for any part on this car. Mostly all of these sensors are monitored by the PCM. So if one unplug, it's gonna open circuit. So you'll see an open circuit and that code in this PCM. So look at that code and that will let you know what sensor that is. I'm gonna do a hashtag shorts tips on that. Stay tuned for that. But for now, guys, yeah, I can't waste no more time on this. I need an OEM connector, I need an OEM sensor, and I need to charge. I'm gonna have to charge for some wiring repair because I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do my wiring repairs are soldered. All right, so I'm gonna use some heat shrink tube and some soldering. And after I find out what wire go where, again, I don't know this, so I'm gonna make a repair kit based off what I know from that point. So let me plug this back in, check the rest of this car over, and we're gonna go from there. I don't know what happened, man. I hate when people, I don't know, like it came from another shop or it came from a cousin Pookie. I don't know, but guys, I know sometimes prices can be high, but I don't know how to explain that, because you got to pay for diagnosis and getting your car checked out right. The advantage that some of the big shops have is they have the proper equipment to diagnose it right the first time. A lot of people do this. They bring their car to the shop, pay the diagnostic time, find out what's wrong with it, and then they take it back to cousin Pookie. We have no problem with that. That's why you invested in. That's why you get charged a diagnostic time. Mechanic don't like it, especially if you spend hours diagnosing your car. Yeah, he don't like that, not one bit. The bad news, or the flip side to that, is if you take an estimate and go to cousin Pookie and he do it and that still don't fix it, you can't come back and say, well, y'all said it needed such and such. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those catch-22 things. Guys, that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. Come and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video.